Okay, Prep Extra, football video. I'm Clint Robus, here with Ron Powell, standing outside Seacrest Field behind us. Week 7 of the high school football season.
Yeah,
correct?
the Class B districts are getting started. They play their districts the last 3 games, so
Okay.
those are going to be money games for the Class B teams.
Gotcha.
And a couple districts there to kind of look out for. York, Seward, Northwest Aurora are all in the same district. All 4 of those teams are good. About anything could happen, who knows?
Okay.
So that's a good district, keep an eye on.
All right. Let's go right into the big games this week.
Well, we got 2 number 1 versus number 2 matchups. Starting at 2:30 in the afternoon on Friday down at Falls City. We're going to have number 1 BDS against number 2 Falls City Sacred Heart. The interesting thing about this game is BDS handed Sacred Heart their last loss during the regular season last year, and Sacred Heart then handed BDS their last loss in the semifinals of the playoffs last year on Sacred Heart's way to the state championship. So these 2 teams haven't been playing very long against each other. Last year was the first year, but it's already turned into a huge rivalry. So, you know, both teams have all-staters who are back from last year. Holden Stengel, who's back from a knee injury, seems to be 100%. And John Christensen, who's moved to quarterback for BDS. And then on Sacred Heart's sideline, they have Christian Haring, a very good running back, and then Theo Rohrer, who's a good lineman both ways for them. So should be a great matchup. Should get another game between those 2 in the playoffs. I think they're the 2 teams to beat in Class D2. So should be a great game. Neither one's been challenged so far this year, so their starters are finally going to get a chance to play some minutes, meaningful minutes.
Full minutes, yeah. Okay.
The other number 1, number 2 matchup is in the largest class, Class A. We've got Omaha North, number 2, going against number 1, Omaha Burke. That game's at Omaha Northwest at 7 o'clock. Burke is coming off a real tough win over Westside last week, Omaha Westside, 35-28. In that game, James Burks, their running back, 40 carries, 250 yards. Now that's quite a performance.
That's a workhorse.
Yeah, and then of course Burke has the 2 players who have been offered by Nebraska, linebacker Nick Henrich and wide receiver Chris Hickman. So, and then of course Omaha North has that 1-2 punch at running back with Milton Sargbaugh and Xander Gray. Should be a good matchup.
Kind of strength versus strength, see who can basically slow them down.
Well, you know, Burke can throw the ball as well. You know, Tyler Chadwick threw for over 2,000 yards as a sophomore. He can put it up, and when you've got Chris Hickman, a Power 5 potential college wide receiver out there, you know, you can do a lot of things offensively.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
let's jump into the city games. What do we have?
You know, there's nothing Thursday night, and looking at the weather forecast, I don't know how they lucked out, but there's nothing Thursday night. So, but Friday, right behind us at Seacrest, we got Millard South, Lincoln East at 4:30, and then at 8 we have Millard North and Northeast. So those 2 Millard schools will be favored in those 2 games. Be interesting to see how those turn out. Then Westside is down here in town. 7 o'clock at Beechner playing North Star. North Star team that's won 2 straight. They've found an emerging offensive star in Luke Reimer, and of course Westside has a very good quarterback in Dylan Plotz. He threw for 284 yards against Burke last week. So. And then another game in town, Lincoln Lutheran, who climbed back into the Class C2 rankings this past week. They host Elmwood Murdoch. The other games are on the road.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a busy road weekend.
Yeah, I got Pius at Grand Island, very key Class A game. Pius moved into the rankings based on their impressive win over Southeast, and Grand Island moved out after losing to Millard South. And very key district game right there. We've got Southwest at Omaha Central, Lincoln High at Fremont, Southeast at Bellevue East, Lincoln Christians at Ashland Greenwood. And a big game in our area is Beatrice Waverly at Waverly Friday night. Waverly's coming off the win over Elkhorn. They've got some momentum. Beatrice is hoping to kind of keep things going here.
Yeah, and they've had some guys nicked up. Cam Jurgens, for instance,
Right.
has been kind of in and out, and I think they're probably resting him with the idea of get him healthy for the playoffs.
Yeah,
and all that
unless
stuff.
it's something pretty serious, I think he's playing Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay. I think that's about it, isn't it?
yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up.
All right. Well, journalstar.com/prep extra will have all the coverage Friday, live chat, following games from here in Lincoln and elsewhere around the state, game stories, scores, stats, photos, all that jazz. So check us out on Friday, and thanks for watching.